The big story we're tracking this morning from Mumbai. The BMC officials have in fact now reached the Campa Cola society where the demolition drive is set to begin. The entire complex has been barricaded by the Mumbai police. The BMC claims it will be carrying out eviction in a phased manner, cutting water and electricity supply first before asking residents to vacate the illegal flats. Residents, though, are in no mood of giving in. A havan was organized inside the complex this morning, expecting trouble. The BMC has deployed cameras who will be recording the entire operation. BMC team reached the Campa Cola society a few minutes ago. They are chalking out a plan. They are chalking out their further plan of action. These are pictures of heavy security deployment outside the Campa Cola society in Mumbai. Several onlookers have also gathered there in spite of the fact that the entire area...
आपके हाथ में ये है कि आप अभी नोटिस 488 के अनुसार हो गई, इसलिए
आज की तारीख में आज की हम सिर्फ उनको कन्विंस करेंगे कि गेट खोल दे और हमको हमारा कर्तव्य पूरा करने
का काम होगा या फिर इंटरनल दीवार को तोड़ने की भी तैयारी
नहीं। आज के दिन तो सिर्फ सर्विसेज कट कर रहे हैं हम तो।
ओके, आपका नाम क्या है?
ये थे बीएमसी के अधिकारी।
All right, that was a BMC official saying that the demolition drive will be carried out in a phased manner. Today, the BMC officials have arrived at the Campa Cola society only to cut off water and electricity supply. We're being joined by correspondent Virender Gunawat, who's tracking this big story for us. Virender, it seems that residents of the society claim they will not allow any official of the BMC or any member of the Mumbai police to enter their compound.
Residents here, they are standing, they are holding the gate strongly not to allow the BMC workers or the officials, but you can see live pictures coming there. The BMC officials have already reached the main gate and they have the support of the Mumbai police, the senior officials, and even the BMC senior officials have arrived, and they are trying to convince the residents that please allow us to go inside and let us do our duty, because Supreme Court has ordered to disconnect and to vacate all the illegal flats and flat owners. So let them do the action plan. But they are just trying to convince the residents here on the main gate. This is a gate where the last time in November 2013 we have seen how the BMC had bulldozed this gate to get inside forcefully, but after that they got captured, faced a lot of criticism. But now strategically what they have done, that first they had given the 488 notice to all the illegal flat owners to vacate and hand over the keys. But now the situation has come to where they need to disconnect all the basic amenities and the services like gas, water, and electricity, and they are here to disconnect all those facilities. But they are not being allowed by the residents yet, and so both the gate have been slightly held up by the residents. But the havan and the kind of the divine activities is still going on. They still have a hope that God might be helping them, but still
absolutely, residents in fact seeking divine intervention there. They had organized a havan earlier this morning. These are live pictures that we're getting you. BJP spokesperson Shaina NC also visible in these pictures. She's speaking to some of those residents and BMC officials. Earlier speaking to the press, Shaina NC said that political apathy in this particular case is extremely disturbing. She claimed that it was really unfortunate that Maharashtra Chief Minister Prithviraj Chavan had not once visited the complex and met with residents. The municipal authorities and residents of Worli's Campa Cola society poised for a big face-off. BMC officials have arrived at the site. Virender Gunawat is getting us the latest on this story. Virender, BMC is saying it will be filming the proceedings, and should the residents use violence, it will return and present the footage to the Supreme Court.
Because the residents quite know that the BMC officials and the Mumbai police have no other option than to follow the Supreme Court order. But now they are hoping that the very surprising part is still hopeful from the Chief Minister that maybe even at the last moment that they might change the thought and they might change the plan and they might support these residents. But still that is not being seen on the ground. But even residents have no other option than to come forcefully physically, because they know that finally they have already lost their flats and they have they don't have any other option than to protest this BMC official not making sure not any single employee get inside this campus. But finally, they know that they have lost the flat. It's only that how the BMC will tackle the situation, because the entire incident is getting videographed by BMC officials, so that in case the residents protest very forcefully and they not even allow a single person inside, so they can show this videograph to the Supreme Court, filing a petition that see how we had planned to implement the order, but the president has not allowed us. So I think BMC this time will plan legally, I mean strategically, that we won't be seeing the pictures. The sources are saying that BMC may not bulldoze the gate once again that we have seen last year.
Right.
So we need to see how these
Absolutely.
You can see a lot of protest from RTI, the political party RTI, the Republican Party of India. They are protesting outside against the BMC official action plan.
Absolutely, Virendra. Political colour to the protest as well. Our Mumbai Bureau Chief Sahil Joshi is also with us on the phone line. Sahil, as we're getting to these live pictures from outside Worli's Campa Cola Society, BJP leader Shaina NC has now reached the spot, claiming that the Congress government's apathy is really startling in this case.
Actually, the opposition parties are trying to take the full advantage of the situation, because the government has decided to take action because of the Supreme Court order in this particular case, because Supreme Court has clearly said that they will have to vacate the flat. And they have been given a deadline of a month, which got over. After that, they again approached BMC that there are certain deaths in the society, so because of that, they should prolong the whole action. Accordingly, the Bombay Municipal Corporation prolonged the action. They gave them 48 hours notice. After that, they gave them notice under 488. In which it was clearly mentioned that if you do not vacate the house in 48 hours, then the BMC will have to use the force because of the Supreme Court order. But despite that, many of the residents vacated the flats. But there are some people who choose to vacate the flats who are still there inside the society. And finally, the BMC has no other option, being an administrative body. They have no other option than to go by and abide by Supreme Court order, and that is the reason why the BMC officials have reached there. Now what the situation has happened is that the gates have been closed, and Shaina NC and other BJP leaders are there at the gates, and they are having arguments with the BMC officials who are just doing their duty by following Supreme Court orders. And it looks like that today what BMC had decided is to cut the water connection and the power connection of those flats. Around 102 flats are there which have been declared illegal. So those flats, the power connection to those flats will be cut off, and after that the remaining action of breaking down the flats can be initiated. Now there is one more thing in this, is that BMC tried to get a contractor to break down those flats, but no one came forward. So finally BMC decided to go ahead with the plan themselves. And the whole operation of breaking down those 102 flats in the society will cost them around 2 crore rupees, and even that amount will be taken from the Campa Cola Society. So even they are facing opposition for this as well.
All right, Sahil, hold that thought. I'll come back to you. I believe we have with us on the phone line Shaina NC of the BJP. Thanks so much for speaking to Headlines today, Shaina. You, I believe, have been speaking to residents of Worli's Campa Cola Society who claim that the state government has given absolutely no help, but the government's hands are also tied in light of the Supreme Court order. Shaina, can you hear me? Well, I will try and reconnect with BJP spokesperson Shaina NC, who has been speaking to residents of Worli's Campa Cola Society. These are pictures that we're getting you. The municipal authorities and residents poised for another face-off. BMC officials have arrived, and they claim their task for the day is to disconnect water and electricity pipelines for the almost 100 illegal apartments. Residents, though, claim that they will be forming a human barricade at the entrance to prevent the police and civic bodies from entering the compound. As you can see, pictures of the protest today and from earlier in November 2013 when they forced the police, they refused to allow BMC officials and police to enter the premises of the compound. Virender Gunawat is getting us the latest on the story. Virender, what's happening there right now?
Simi, there are two main gates in Campa Cola compound. Let me show you from a top angle. On one gate where you can see a gate where the huge crowd is gathered. The BMC top officials have already arrived here, and with the support of Mumbai police, the senior official, they are trying to convince the residents to allow them to get inside and follow the action plan has been directed by the Supreme Court. So all the human barricades have been made inside that gate. This is that particular gate which was bulldozed last time in November 2013. There's another gate. You can see a huge police force have been gathered. This is another gate of Campa Cola which is totally locked. The havan, the divine activity is going inside, but the police has called more police force to handle the situation. Still, the BMC officials are still waiting outside, but Mumbai police have totally geared up with all the manforce to implement the action plan. So now there's a face-off. There's a clear face-off. The residents are inside the gate, praying for the God and putting all the force on the gate, not allowing any person. And on outside, on the main road, the police force and the BMC officials, the BST officials, all are here to try to convince all these residents to allow them to follow the directions of Supreme Court. But this is a very strategical move. Last time we have seen the force from BMC, but this time BMC would convince these residents. They will videograph the entire convincing discussion. They would videograph the entire incident, how they were stopped by the residents, and if the situation arises, if they were not allowed inside, they will submit this videograph to the Supreme Court, filing another petition. That how we were stopped to follow the directions. So this time it's a legal plan that has been brought by the BMC, but still you can see the live pictures where the BMC official have been stopped outside the gate by residents of Campa Cola compound. Back to you, Simi.
All right, Virender getting us live pictures from outside the Campa Cola compound. BMC officials unlikely to resort to any kind of force. They have a plan of action in mind. They've hired camera people to record these entire proceedings, and if they are not allowed to enter the compound, they will present video footage of the protest on the site to the Supreme Court and ask the top court to advise them on the future course of action. Virender, we're going to come back to you after a very short break. The standoff between municipal authorities and residents of the Campa Cola society will be our top story through the day.